Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tinesha Davis. This is Fun and Budget, and in this video we're gonna talk about new job, new goals, y'all. So first of all, thank y'all so much for all of you guys who are here, who have supported me, who have gave me great feedback, a great welcome back on the last video. I've been gone for like maybe about a month, but y'all act like it's been forever. But I guess in the social media world, a month is forever. So thank y'all for the warm welcome back. Thank y'all for the request to do at least one video a month. Y'all like, that's the least you can do. One video. I mean, not one video a month. One video a week. One video a week, okay? So today we're gonna try to get some good recording done. Okay, I wrote down some ideas of some things we want to talk about, some things y'all want to talk about, some things I want to talk about, and we're gonna see how far we get, because I'm gonna tell you, I get tired very quickly. I be like, I'm gonna do this video, that video, this video, and then I'm over it. I do like 1 to 2 videos and then I'm like, So in this video, I told y'all in the last video that with having a new job, surprise, surprise, for those of you who haven't caught that last video. With having a new job, we got some new financial goals. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my new goals. There's 10 of them. My 10 goals. And we're going to order them in least important to most important, or what's the ranking? Least to best, or least to greatest, or least to don't matter to the biggest things that matter, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's talk about that, y'all. When I found out I was losing my job for the 3rd time in like a year, right, I went into saving mode. I went into, you know what, y'all, and this is what anybody should do. Let's cut back on excessive goals and let's drop back to bare minimum. Meaning, mortgage, just pay the mortgage. Paying extra on the mortgage isn't important. Debt, I haven't been a big debt person, so I've never really had any debt, so that wasn't a concern. But I have a car, I have a lease payment, and even with the lease, I was putting extra on the lease. So it was like, just pay the bill, right? And save up money, because for me at that time, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get a job again. I don't think I'm gonna get a job again. So the money that I have is the money that I am going to exist on. Because even side hustles these days aren't a guaranteed for sure for certain things. So I couldn't say, well, I can do these extra things on the side and it can bring in this. I didn't want to count on that. If those things were to happen, great, nice. But if not, I didn't want to stress myself out relying on something, or stress myself out because now I employed myself and now I'm, super stressed because I can't keep up with my own demands and starting my own business. Didn't want that either. Hold on, my glasses feel dusty, y'all. So yeah, so that's what I went down to. I say that to say, now that I have a job again, now that I have employment again, the way it feels like the icing on the cake, right? Because the cake was, I'm going to live from my savings. The cake was, I have enough money saved and invested that I can pay all of my basic bills. Forever and ever, amen. That's the cake. The icing was, when I went on my vacations, the icing was, if I want to live a vacation lifestyle that I've grown accustomed to, meaning I didn't want to stay in hostels. I didn't want to stay in places that cost very little money, but at the same time, it gave you very little to be, not that you have to be blown away on vacation, but let me say this. Some of the places, they would have a bug problem. When I start showing y'all the vlogs, you're going to see that. I think you're going to see that because, child, in the midst of recording, I don't even know what I'd be recording. But I think you're going to see that. And I say that to say, I'm going to start editing the vlogs of this last vacation first. I used to try to catch up and catch us up to present, but y'all, I'm so far behind that I really want to go ahead and start sharing with y'all our last vacation, which was like a month long through Central America. And then maybe you can also have the picture of what I'm talking about, right? So getting a new job is like, okay, this is icing. This is all icing. And with icing, it means that we get to do some goals again. We get to stretch. We get to spend it all. I'm not saving up for retirement. I'm not saving up in case I lose a job because we've been there, done that. We already know how that looks. And we already know that we can exist with that. Existing with that means we may not be able to go on all of the trips I want to go on unless I get rid of, this house and these expenses, which I don't want to do. But we know how to do that. So these are the goals that I have for this job now that we have a job. So number one, again, least to greatest. Least important to most important. Least desired to most desired. That sort of thing. Number one, I get to hire a cleaning team again. I am excited about that, y'all, because what I learned when I didn't have a job, in my mind, I said, oh, I have more time to clean. I have more time to cook. I have more time for that stuff. But what I know and what I remember is I don't want to. I don't care how much time I have. I don't want to clean. I don't want to cook. It's not my claim to fame. There are some people who enjoy cleaning. They have channels about it because they enjoy it. There are people who enjoy cooking. They have channels about it because they enjoy it. I'm not that girl. Cooking takes away so much energy from me that half the time when I'm done cooking, I don't even feel like eating no more. Cleaning, there's just better things I can do with my time. Okay? To include creating videos, editing videos, dreaming, reading, writing, who knows, who cares? I don't want to do it. So first thing I get to do is hire a cleaning team again. Now, I have some people who I know who want to do the cleaning for me. They would love to have the extra money. I think I might try to go that route first because honestly, if you can keep it within your circle, if there's people who want to do that, I'm going to try that first. I'm not sure if it's going to be convenient for me because, when I hire a cleaning team, like a professional service, I get to be on a schedule. So I kind of know when the cleaning is going to be done. To have people who do it, you got to be a little more flexible, because they have other things that's going on. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a try because right now I don't have a cleaning team at all. But if I can help somebody, that kind of knocks out two birds with one stone. So we're going to see how that works out for us in what we want. I would like to have the cleaning done bi-weekly. But if I do it with the people I know, it would only be monthly. And I know what y'all got to say, but ain't nobody asking y'all, so nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares about your opinion. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I already know how it's going to work out. But I really adore the people who want to do it. So, and they could use the money. So, we're going to try that first until it doesn't work for us. Which is it's not going to work for us. It's not. So that's number one. The second thing I want to do now that I have a job again, and I was supposed to look up the numbers. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right. So the second thing that I had that I may not have anymore, but this is what it was. So I had to go and look things up. I had put that we're going on a cruise in October, right? Currently, we have an ocean view room. Is it an ocean view room? Yeah, prime ocean view stateroom. So I believe that's a room with a porthole. We got a window. We got a window. What I had wanted to do was upgrade this to a balcony. That's what I wanted to do. So I just went on the website to look up what the balcony price would be. Yeah, it's all sold out. So it's sold out. Everything is sold out. All right, so because everything is sold out, the prices aren't there anymore. So I was gonna compare like what we're paying now, which is $7,222 for 2 people, and what it would be to upgrade to the balcony. But again, what I could do if I'm pressed about it is I can just email the company and get on a waiting list, because you know people always cancel, and I can be like, can we be on a waiting list to upgrade to a balcony room, which I might do, because this is why I adore having a balcony on a cruise ship. Even though a cruise is a cruise, right? A room is a room. If you can save coins, save coins. But the reason why I adore a balcony, because I always feel like this is a temporary situation where you get to have the ocean as your backyard. You get to open up the doors and the ocean is your thing, is your environment. So that is why I adore having a balcony. So I do think I am going to shoot them an email and inquire about the upgrade and see what the difference will be to upgrade us to the balcony room. Because guys, again, I'm looking at this money. This is all play money. This is house money we're playing with right now. That's just how I feel about it. And so that's number 2. And again, not that important, but that's number 2. And actually, that probably is the least important. Having a cleaner is actually more important than that. But anyways, let's continue. The third thing, and this is actually very important too, but it's the third thing, a new laptop. Homeboys and homegirls, we need a new laptop. My current laptop that I work on is a 2013. And that may sound fine to y'all, but let me tell you what's not fine. The fact that I got this good phone, which is a 2024, right? And if I put this phone, my camera on this phone on like the best quality image, my laptop can't handle it. My laptop cannot handle the files. And I learned that the hard way. I have a whole bunch of files that my laptop can't process. And so what I end up having to do is send the files, because I have a Apple. I got to send the files to Jay, his iPhone, and then his iPhone will reconvert them back to something my laptop can understand. And that takes hours. As a matter of fact, I got to wait for him to get home today so that we can do that process of converting these files. What that also means is I have an Insta360. This laptop cannot handle those files. I have a printer sitting right in front of me, a wireless printer. This laptop cannot connect to the wireless printer. The drivers just don't drive, and it's like, not compatible. I need a new laptop. Y'all don't even understand all the things I have to do just to edit videos using this laptop. But I do what I do. And I do what I do because even though we could have been purchased a new laptop, and even though I have a great need and great justification for a new laptop, if it wasn't in the budget, and if I hadn't put it in the budget, we just don't go buy things like that. We only buy what's truly in our budget, and we don't believe in debt, right? But now that we have a new job, we can now put in a plan to get us a new laptop. Number 4, and I didn't write this stuff out too, pay off my credit cards. Now, no, I don't have debt. But why this is on the list is because we did just come back from vacation and we used our credit cards on vacation, right? I have not paid those bills yet. Matter of fact, I haven't even done the math on those bills because, and this is a no-no, you guys should not do this. When I knew I was having a job again, we became a little more YOLO about it. You know, we didn't necessarily stick with a daily budget. We didn't necessarily stick with the, okay, this is how much we spent. No, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing that. It kind of went to swipe, swipe, swipe when it came to food, eating out. Nothing extravagant. Didn't do any shopping, nothing like that. Didn't do any crazy excursions, nothing like that. But like I said, I do know that I haven't tallied up those credit card bills, and I need to go in. Let's look at them right now. And no, I'm not about to tell y'all all the things. But what I wanted to do, because there's 4 credit cards that I work from, I wanted to look at what was my least, my lowest to my highest. So let's just log into this. I kind of have an idea of which cards are my lowest cards. Okay, all right, yeah. All right, so I have I have 2 city cards, right? One of them has a balance of $97.83. See what I mean? I already knew, like, it wasn't like anything crazy. And at $97.83, and no, I don't need a job to pay this stuff off. But anyways, this is what it is. Okay. On this particular card, it was very interesting because I was on vacation. And because we weren't doing our bills, what was it? What's that thing I do with y'all? Our budget, our monthly budgets. So I'm also realizing that doing budgets with y'all also helps me stay on task. Because I wasn't doing the budgets and because I was on vacation, I wasn't looking at my cards the way I normally look at my cards. Like normally going there all the time, like every other day, almost every day to check on things. I hadn't done that. So when I went to go look at this card, this is what I realized. Y'all, I had a late fee. That whole month I was gone, this must have just slipped past me and I didn't make my payment the way I thought I did. And I had a $30 late fee on this credit card. I went ahead and I called them and they did refund me my late fee back, and they refunded the credit interest charges back, which was $7.07 in interest. Because we don't do that over here. And so that was fine. Got that refunded back. Again, if you know you're somebody who's normally on top of your bills, you don't have late fees, you don't do late payments, you have a consistent history, and if something like this happens, do not be afraid to give them a call. 9 times out of 10, they will honor you as a customer and they will refund it back because it was just a slip of I was on vacation. So yeah, so that's one card. On another card, I have $1,671. This is a card that I was using on vacation. So I need to pay that. And again, we don't need a job. We're just going to have to pay this anyway. But yeah, this is a lot of vacation expenses on this card. Now let's go look at American Express. Now this is where I know, child. This one, American Express is a little higher. Okay. So on one card, we have $1,493.63 balance. Who is this? All right, I'm going to have to call her back. I'm going to have to call her back because if I call her right now, we ain't going to finish this. And we need to finish this. That stuff right there is our normal bills. Yep, normal bills. Insurance is like $500. And that's insurance for my car and insurance for my house. Insurance went up. HOA. YouTube Premium. So this is just normal bill stuff. Now, the other card that we have a balance on, this is the card that we also use for vacation. And the reason why we're using 2 cards for vacation is because 2 reasons. One, we got this October trip coming up. There were some spins I was trying to meet, or not trying. There were some spins we were meeting to get some more perks. So I needed one for flights because when we go on our vacation, I don't plan on paying for airline tickets. So we needed to reach certain amounts of money to cover our airline tickets. So therefore we was doing all of our spends on one particular card. And then the other card we was doing spends on to get free complimentary rooms with Hilton that we're going to use in Barcelona, Spain. And what I like to do with the free complimentary rooms are with Hilton, you can use it for any hotel. And we like to use it for the most expensive hotels that they offer. And matter of fact, now that I have my rooms, we just met the spins recently. Now that we have those rooms, I need to start calling and booking them now so that they're available for what I want. And I need to look up to see what's their most expensive, most fabulous properties. So that's the two things we're doing. The other reason why we're using two cards is because when you're out the country, not everybody honors American Express. You can't use American Express everywhere. So we had to have a regular Visa or MasterCard. So those are the two things. Now this card though, homeboys and homegirls, this card is where I owe all of the money. And this is mainly from our travels. $6,701. That's what it is. And again, that was a lot from our vacations and our travels. And we're going to break down what we spent on vacation and what we spent on traveling in the travel videos. So check that out on our other channel. And no, they're not out yet. But they will be what I'll be working on next. I'm not going to make y'all wait a few years before you see the videos. Okay? But we're going to break down the budget. We're going to break down what we're spending. We're going to break down where I was trying to stay, the amount I was trying to stay within on this vacation. And yeah, that amount was more than $6,000 that we was trying to stay within, because I had a budget based off of a cruise we were going to do and how much that cruise cost us. Instead of going on a cruise, I canceled the cruise and decided that we're going to use that cruise money on this vacation instead. And so that's where that is. But that's why this is what's next on the list of goals, which is a throwaway goal because this was something that we was going to have to pay anyway. But yeah, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Our next goal, number five. Number five. And we're going to do a video about this one. Max out. Now, we've already done this whenever we had a job. Whenever we had a job, we've always maxed out all of our tax advantage investment accounts. That's 401k, that's HSA, and that's IRA. We've always maxed those things out. And we're going to continue to max those things out. But here's the other thing we're going to do. Now that I am turning 50 this year, I get to do the catch-up contributions. So we're going to definitely make a video about that, and I'm going to tell you where we get to catch up. Now, the one place where we get to catch up that we might not be able to catch up is the 401k. And the reason for that is because in this year, 2026, they changed the rules. The rules now is it has to be an IRA through your company. So my company would have to offer a 401k IRA. I don't think my company does right now, but I'm definitely going to ask them about it. And because this is a new rule, it might be something that they may decide to take a look at and then offer. Because if not, you just don't get to catch up in that area. But you get to catch up HSA, you get to catch up IRA, you get to catch up on some stuff. So my goal is to max out all of those accounts to include catch-ups, okay? Number six on the list of great things I want to do is, and hopefully you guys can help me with this one, my grandmother. My grandmother on my father's side, she's in her 90s, right? And the house that they live in is a 2-story. And so now, of course, she's not able to negotiate those stairs the way she used to be able to negotiate the stairs in the past. And so she now sleeps in the living room in a chair. It's like a sleeper chair, but I just want a better chair. I just want a better chair. The chairs are like the chairs that convert to like a bed, and then it's like a recliner chair. If you guys know of anything, because I'm not versed in this department, if you guys have any recommendation of chairs, this is for the elderly. I know they have those chairs that lift up so it can help you from a sitting position to a standing position, sleeping position, comfort. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. That's one of the higher things. This is number 6 out of a list of 10. I want to get my grandma a new chair. And again, 6 means that this stuff will be done before a lot of this other stuff. Like getting her a chair is more important to me. A bed chair, a sleeping chair is more important to me than me upgrading a cruise room on vacation. Okay? This battery is already dead. Let me put in a new battery. Good gracious. Okay, so yeah, so my nurses out there, my people in the medical fields out there, home care practitioners, people who have dealt with people aging in your own family, please let me know where I can start looking, recommendations, all of that stuff, because yeah, that we need that. Number 7 on the list. Number 7. And this is a kind of a weird thing, but number 7, y'all know number 7. The thing that we've been talking about for eons. Pay off this good house. And I say number 7 is kind of in a weird position because while it is one of my top priorities, of course, things like get my grandma a new chair. Practically everything comes before number 7. Like I will get a laptop before I pay off a house, right? I will get my grandma a new chair before I pay off a house. I will have cleaners before I pay off a house. So I say that's a weird thing because honestly, I'm going to treat paying off my home the way I've always treated it. I'm going to do all the other things first, and then whatever I don't spend, whatever we don't spend in a month, and you know we're not shoppers like that. We're not big spenders like that. So whatever we don't spend, whatever we keep is going to go on the house. We're going back to that again. Okay. We're going back to big payments on the house. And I know, I get it. You know, I've been through all of the things where it's like, just put the money in a high yield savings account. Put the money in an investment account. When you get all the money, then take the one lump sum and pay off the house. But this is all a game to me. This is all a game. So we're going to go back to that first game where we put large sums of money on the house. Because again, I don't have to put more money in savings to reach some savings goal for retirement. Yes, 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 yes. Being semi-retired for 4 months has taught me something. And what that taught me is you can never have too much money. Especially if you want to travel the way I want to travel, right? But we ain't worried about that right now. We ain't worried about that. We want to go ahead and complete this, pay off this house goal. Check out one of the upcoming videos. I don't know if it came out already or if it's going to come out after this, but we will have a house update on how much we owe on the house, and we're going to get ourselves current so that you guys can see where we're starting from today, right now, where we're starting from and how much we have to go and what our plan is. So we do have a mortgage update video coming out, or is just came out. If it's out, eye in the sky. If it's not out, it'll be out soon. Okay, so that is number 7. And the other thing about paying off the house that I'm going to super appreciate, one of the things I used to do when I thought about paying off my house is I used to imagine like having my paychecks and not having any big payment that money had to go to. Right now, my home is my biggest payment, my biggest monthly payment. So not to have that and then not to be sending extra money or saving extra money for this just frees up so much money. And with that freed up money, we get to do other things. One of those other things is number 8. Help my son. Help my son. We're not going to go into details on what I want to help him with, but I don't know what it is about this generation. Maybe y'all's generation has a little more together than my generation. But my generation, aka my son, there's just little things that I just feel he can use help in. Now, he has not asked me for help, but with a job, freeing up, paying off this house, things like that, there's just some things that I get to help him with. And I'm going to be in prayer on how to do that, because I don't believe in solving problems like that for people, because I don't believe that teaches them anything. I believe that if you solve all the things for them, and this happened to him before, and y'all might remember this. My son and I used to have a series on this channel where we got his finances together. Okay? And we got homeboy's finances together so good that he had like this great credit score. With that great credit score came great offers. Everybody and their brother was offering this man credit cards, loans, so on and so forth. And guess what? He gave himself a new name. I believe his name was like Peter Tucker or something. He gave himself a new name. He was like, it was his Caucasian name, because he was feeling very Caucasian with his credit score. And he, without consulting me, his financial advisor, just started accepting all of these deals, credit cards, loans, whatever. And I did not know about it until I started receiving mail to this good house that was like, past due, didn't pay this, didn't pay that. And I'm like, skillet, what is going on? So I say that to say that even though I felt I was giving him the tools to be a good steward of his finances, he really wasn't. He got the good score, he got the no debt, he got all of that stuff, and then quickly ran it up again. Okay? So it's just little stuff like that that I feel like there's some places where I can probably help him. I don't know what those places are right now, but I gotta put some prayer into it to see where I can be most helpful to him. But I'm just so happy that I will have money again, extra finances, extra income to be able to help. So then that brings us to number 9. Number 9 is help me madre. Help me madre. Now, I already help my mom. I already help my mom a lot. But just like my son, I know there are some places where I can be more of a blessing to her, right? And I'm going to figure that out. And I just look forward to being able to do that. Now, that help might be in getting her another car. She has a car that I had gotten, but she can use a better car. So maybe that's where the help will come in. I don't know. I don't know right now, because I do want to clear up some other things first. So even though this is number 9, this is number 9 in what I would feel more fulfilled in doing, but it's not number 9 on my greatest list of priorities. No, there's some things that are more priority than taking on more of a financial burden. Because honestly, I don't see myself buying a car straight out. I don't. I am not there yet. I will have to save up. I have to save up for that. And that might take a little while. We'll see. We'll see. Because the other thing is this. Even though I told y'all, I was able to negotiate a $30,000 increase in salary. I don't know how that looks just yet, because I had to redo my taxes and all of that stuff. So I just don't know how my paychecks are going to look at the end of the day. When it comes to remember, I want to max out all of my accounts, all of my investment accounts, to include the catch-up fees. So I don't know what my take-home is going to be just yet. It might take a little while, a few months, before we kind of get that settled and together, before I know what I'm really working with, okay? But then number 10, the greatest on my list. And I don't know why this is making me emotional, but I just want to help somebody. I with this new job, I look forward to helping somebody. I don't know who that somebody is or somebodies are, but I look forward to the fact that my money gets to be a tool in helping to make something easier for somebody. I am led by spirit when it comes to helping, but I do look forward to helping somebody somewhere out there.